Hello everyone. Today we're gonna see how can we write nested query in MongoDB or double query at the same time. But why is gonna be useful? For example, you want to see in your MongoDB if a document exists with these keys and also the child of the objects are exist, something like that. You want to see if these IDs exist in your whole MongoDB or not. Now currently we have two documents and both of them are nested JSONs. As you can see, the chat history had its own three key objects and you can see each of them have an ID. So how we do that? So to implement that, I use NodeJS and also Postman to test it as a front end. So in the Postman, here gonna be our request. So what we send is one image URL, one companion token, and a step ID. And we want to see if one document exists in our MongoDB with these exactly three keys. So again, I repeat, we have image URL also here as in Postman, companion user token, and chat history. We want to see if, for example, show thumbnail exists in our database, which has these two keys also. So let me open the code. Here's Node.js. What we do actually, here's one query and here's a second query. To combine them and ask MongoDB if both of these queries will have a true result, we use AND. So the structure of the AND is like this. We write a dollar and then and two brackets or even more. So each bracket indicates a query that we want to write. So here is the request from the Postman will come here. We want to see if this user token, image URL, and with this key at the same time exist or not. And then we wrote some codes here. When we get the result from the MongoDB, for example, it will retrieve the document. Then we see if the length is more than 0 or if it exists actually. Then we will pass true to the result, otherwise will be false. And then here we just log it and then return it as a response to the front end. Also we can handle it, the errors, and to respond the proper message to the front end. So let us just test it. Image URL, companion user token, step ID, send, it says true. And then if we change just one character in a step ID, it will be false. It means that this step ID with these two other features exist in database, which I think will be the first document. And the step ID was show thumbnail exist. If we change it just one character also here, it will say it's false. So one another solution is that we use OR instead of AND. It means that all the sentences and queries should return something, otherwise it return empty array. So you can see here, so if we change it to OR, I just save, then if I send a request, that would be true. If I change something, again gonna be true. But if I change the both queries, then that would be false. So let's go back and see the console log. This is actually the document that we return, and this is our request. Yeah, and this is our return for both items from the database. But we said if it exists, just we will get true or false. So the structure is something like that. You can add even more queries, add more brackets to check detail if something exists in your database as a nested JSON or not. Thank you for your attention. Hope to see you in the next problem.